Hi folks, welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel if you're new that talks about anything random Buffalo Sabres. And before I get into the pregame, I want to talk a little bit about the trades that we did at the deadline. I see a lot of slack for Adams and a lot of hate, and you're going to get those type of fans, because I remember during when the Sabres went to the finals and lost, just how negative some fans were then. So you're always going to get that no matter what. You got a frustrated fan base. And the truth is, you got some people who are just angry in real life about everything, about their marriage, about their job, and they bring it into hockey lounges. So that's kind of the way I look at that. You can't make everybody happy. Overall, with this deadline, I'm happy. Why? Because we unloaded some pieces we needed to unload of. That was kind of important. And the Mittelstadt trade, I don't think we lost, so I'm good with it. I'm good with that trade. I like how our back end looks right now for the future, how stacked it is. And I don't have any problem with the moves that we did. I just wish we would have done a few more. That might be the problem I have. Now, I want to talk a little bit about these deals, okay? I'm good with the Mittelstadt trade. I'm totally good with it. I think it was a good hockey trade. That needed to happen. We needed to shift up this team. We got to make changes on this team, guys. We know that one. That one I think will work out okay. We traded Erik Johnson for a fourth rounder. It's a fair deal. We're not going to get much back for him. We're just not. The Flyers have more use for him than we do right now, because they look like they're headed to a playoff spot. So the Flyers right now are looking for some veteran leadership for their kids, and I think it's a smart move. It's a fair return. A fourth rounder is a fair return. Kyle Okposo, sending away Kyle Okposo and getting a seventh rounder. As far as I'm concerned, that's overpayment for Okposo. Sorry for you Okposo lovers, but no, I'm not one of them. I'm happy he's gone. I'm glad he's off the books. This guy was like a high-end Ville Leino, okay? That's how I felt about Okposo for years. We're paying this guy $6 million a year, and he had 120-goal season in 7 seasons. Think about it, folks. 120-goal season, and we paid $42 million for that. Awful. His contract, when we signed him again, I lost a lot of respect for him not taking league minimum. I did. He took 2.5. Like, come on. Like, it was way overpayment for a guy that's washed up and basically useless. So I'm glad he's gone. I just wish we would have unloaded guys like Girgensons, Olofsson. There's guys I wish we would have unloaded, but who's going to take them, really? And I'm hearing a lot of controversy, okay, about Adams and all the respect he's showing these. Adams is a butt kiss, guys. It's just the way he is. He's never going to say anything bad about anybody. It's the way he is. So let's kind of keep that in mind when we jump all over him. He would say that everybody's a great guy and a great person, and of course he's gonna. What's he gonna say? He's an awful person. He's overpaid. I wish we didn't have him. What team then is gonna call you and say we'd like to have him? But from what I heard, teams were interested in Girgensons. We should have moved him for nothing, if that's true. If we could have moved Girgensons and we didn't, we're out of our minds, guys. And I don't think Adams is stupid enough to sign him another year. That would be crazy. I mean, you're wasting roster spots by signing these guys. There's certain players on this team that have to go. And at least we're down to like 4. 4. We know that Olofsson has to go. At least a majority of you agree with me now on that. Geez, like a few years ago, you guys were ready to bite my head off when I said get rid of this clown. But I mean, it's time he had to go. He has to go. I see some of you complaining about Skinner. Well, guys, you know what? He has 3 years left on his deal. He's 31. Nobody's going to take that. I told you, if we could get a few more 25 to 30 goal seasons out of him, we'll take it, because we've seen him disappear for a few years. We don't want that happening again. So Girgensons has to go. We know that Bryson has to go. Comrie has to go. You know, and if I haven't said Olofsson, he has to go. So yeah, those are the guys that really we still have to get rid of. Look, Olofsson's going to be unrestricted, right? So we'll lose him for basically nothing, which is fine. Which is fine. So get rid of Olofsson. Get rid of Girgensons. Let them walk. Let them walk. Tyson Jost, I don't think will resign either. Eric Robinson, I'd be open-minded to it because he hasn't gotten a fair shake yet. And he hits. Okay, he hits. We don't have anybody that hits on this team. So sick of it. I'm so sick of how we think that's okay as fans, and we wonder why we get our ass kicked year after year. Go look at the teams that win Stanley Cups. They hit. And Comrie, he has to go. That was a bad signing. So that hasn't worked out either. I don't hate any of these guys. I just want them gone. So, yeah, I think that we... for a 7th rounder, we ripped off the Panthers, guys. That's just my opinion on that. I think I would have took nothing to get rid of Okposo. I would have took nothing basically to get rid of all these guys except maybe Erik Johnson and Comrie, believe it or not, because Comrie, you can find somebody somewhere because of his one decent season he's had in the league that might give you just a little something for him and take a chance. But even then, it doesn't matter. Get rid of them. Girgensons probably would draw the most, and Erik Johnson, I figured, would draw the most attention to getting something back. And it's a fair shake that we got for Erik Johnson. Seriously, though, 4th rounder, that's fair market. It is, because he might just go there and do really good for a few months. He just might. So we'll have to see how that pans out. I don't see how the Panthers think Okposo can help them whatsoever. I mean, they're already a good team. He'll get a limited role in the playoffs, probably under 10 minutes a game, I'm guessing. And that's it. So I'm happy we unloaded some of these guys out of here. Yeah, I had no hate on Johnson like many of Sabres fans did. I really didn't, but I don't care. We moved him. If we got a little something back, I'm good with it. Okposo, I'm thrilled is gone. I hope, guys, this is something I'm pissed off when I hear. Adams sounds like he's going to sign Girgensons again. That's what I heard in that interview. He better not. If he goes and re-signs this guy, he should be fired. Right there. He should be fired. Really, we've got to stop signing guys that are not any part of a Stanley Cup playoff solution on this team. This is not somebody, like our veterans that we look up to should be guys that we signed as free agents that have won Stanley Cups. That's should be the guys we look up, or got in trades. Not somebody that's grown into our family, so to say, our dysfunctional family, and been part of the dysfunction. No, it's time for him to move on from these guys. So I don't want to see that happen. I'm going to see how old the Sabres are, though. Now we've unloaded 2 35-year-olds. I'm very curious. You figure we're going to bring up some guys maybe, 8 to 10 years younger. So I want to see what that does to our number historically, because I'm sure that puts us under 25. I think. I'll have to do the numbers and check after. I think that's it. That's all I really have to say about that. It's fine. It's fine. I just wish we would have unloaded more. That's it. I don't care if we get anything. We got anything back for any of the other guys like Bryson, and I would have traded those guys away for nothing, really, just for nothing, just to get them off the roster, so we can get these other young guys up here and make spots open for free agents this coming summer. There is going to be free agents that will sign here, believe it or not. There will be some, because they know the nucleus of talent that's on this team. People think that players think like the fans do in Buffalo, and they don't. Players know when they look and they see an Alex Tuch and Dahlin and Cousins and not Middlestat, Thompson, like they look and they can just see that there's a good young nucleus on this team, and not to mention Owen Power and guys like there's a lot of good young talent on this team. And I see some of you complaining about Owen Power's contract. Why? We paid for potential. We didn't pay for what he's doing. You're living in the wrong era, I can tell you that, because this league now pays for potential. They don't pay for, they pay maybe in the free agent market for what a player's just done, but those guys are 30 and 32. You know what I mean? Those are older players, but when you're paying a young guy that you drafted, you're paying for potential. And it's not always going to work out, but you and me, there's no way either one of us can predict what's going to happen in 5 years with a player. We don't know. He might be Owen Power might be one of the best deals in hockey by that point. We don't know. We don't know. We have to wait and see. So when you're paying for potential, remember that. We are in the era now that we don't pay anymore for production. You pay for potential now ahead of time because GM's caught on. They save a lot more money in the long run that way on the cap. So, all right, guys, done. That's my opinions on this. I'm happy we unloaded a few. I wish we would have unloaded a few more. But the truth is, I just got to tolerate some of these faces for another 18, 19 games. And that's it. See you in the pregame.